News Talk 640 WFNC. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. Get that music out.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, we got to get the music out because Clanton will just start dancing all of a sudden. Yeah.
We used to do it back in the day.
Yeah, that's Renata Moyd.
Renata Clanton Moyd.
Right. And that voice that you hear right there is that of Dr. Eric BRACEY trying to take my job as a radio announcer. Come here talking about
Yeah, you got them pipes.
I know, man. Hey, Vic, you just started. Your job's in jeopardy. But fortunately for you, Dr. BRACEY's busy because you got school's starting, and a lot of people, if you've been living under a rock, we've already had the early colleges starting, and we've always had the back this year. So it's not like school's just starting.
Yes.
But the big bang is going to happen on August 24th, and you're excited about that.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Good Morning Fayetteville again.
Good morning, sir. Always good to see you. Year-round started July 16th, and early colleges started this Monday.
And so this is the time of the year where we remind folks about school buses on the road as well, and speeding in school zones and all that. But most importantly, getting kids ready for schools. And and I've had a lot of different shows and folks in here talking about vaccinations, immunizations rather, and also sports physicals and everything to get everything going. What emphasis do you want to make about the big bang here?
Yes, sir. I want to emphasize we have a back-to-school guide that's online at www.ccs.k12.nc.us/BTSG. Open house dates, school supply lists, any other things, calendars, transportation information, all those things are right there for people to look at their leisure.
And you know, it is the day and age of computers and phones, so parents can get all this information right at their fingertips, and so can the kids.
Absolutely. Dr. Whitley and Renata do a great job of pushing all that information out on social media as well. So it's right there on your phone.
So back to school, and I remember, I'm not on television anymore, but I remember the days of going back to school, superintendents out of schools on the first day, high five and all that stuff. What's your plans for August 24th?
Last year, I was at Margaret Willis. Not sure yet where we're going to be. Dr. Whitley and I will talk about that probably next week, but I'll be somewhere on the 24th, high five and welcoming families back to school. It's such an exciting time.
Well, you know, and the really neat thing is you invite fraternities, sororities, people out there lined up, and it's exciting for the kids, especially at the elementary schools.
Yes.
The importance of just, you know, you're back into it. I know there's a lot of parents. Now, schools don't start not this Monday, next Monday.
24th.
A lot of parents wish it was this Monday. Now, am I right now?
Absolutely.
There's a big element of the role the school plays in the raising of children.
Absolutely.
The whole village. Talk about that a little bit.
When you think about it, Gilbert, a lot of times during the school year, students spend more time at school with the school personnel than they do at home with their families. So it's really important to have that school connection between home and school because we spend so much time with them. We have to let parents know we're out for your children's best interest, and we're going to take care of them while they're here.
You know, and you make a good point here, and I'll give you a perfect example. School's out for the summer.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter. Kids are still being fed.
Absolutely.
With programs. Talk about the importance of those meals during the summer and during the school year.
We have multiple sites for our summer feeding program during the school year. Also, we feed at our leisure as well. It's very important for kids to know that year-round they're going to get an amazing, nutritious, and hot meal, and sometimes some deli sandwiches for them to eat to make sure their bellies are full when they're in school and even on weekends as well.
Well, you get breakfast for some kids.
That's right.
That program is there.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you can't really focus if your belly's empty.
That's right.
And
so focus is what we're about. Because our theme this year is achieving C6 excellence, striving to be the best, succeeding together. We have a strategic plan that's absolutely amazing, and in that strategic plan is our North Star metric, what we want to do academically as a district. And the direction is clear. We want to be the highest performing school system in North Carolina. We're not there yet, but we're working toward that, and we're very excited about the preliminary results that will be shared in the fall. I think a lot of our communities are going to be very proud of us.
You know, were you in Duplin County?
I've been in Northampton, Sampson, Johnston.
Where were you when we got you?
I was in Johnston County.
So you're in Johnston County and just made phenomenal changes there. You inherited a pretty good system that Dr. Conley really got on track before his retirement.
Yes.
And And so now you got the nugget.
Yes.
And then every superintendent has their own vision
Absolutely.
about where we should go, and that that even happened at Fayetteville State, for example.
Yes.
Every leader has their vision
Yes.
of how we move forward
Yes.
and improve.
Yes.
You turn the school system around. We're lucky to snatch you up. They must have paid you what in the world? They said, "Get BRACEY. Can we get him? I don't know. Can we afford him?" Well, clearly, all of them. We're joking about it,
Yes.
but it is hard to get quality educators to come to like a small school system like this. I mean, what are we, 4th or 5th in the state?
Last time I checked, we were 5th.
We're 5th, right? And just the fact that you have done so well in Johnson County,
Yes.
that excellence stays here. You've made some changes.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about some of the changes here.
Okay.
You've shuffled some principals around. When a senior administrator, superintendent comes in, you kind of assess the situation.
Yes.
And you don't make changes immediately. But after
Yes.
making an assessment, you said, "I got to make some moves."
Yes.
What came to your mind?
Well, you don't want to make change just for the sake of making change. And you don't walk through the door and just start making changes. You watch things, and we read a book years ago, Jim Collins' Good to Great. And you just want to make sure you have the right leaders and the right seats on the bus. And that's what we did. You get to know people, and you get to see what their strengths. And like you said, we all bring different strengths to our jobs. And as looking over things, I just saw some people could better serve our communities in different locations. And they're going to be amazing in their new roles. And I'm excited, and they're excited from my conversations with them. We're energized, and we're ready to go.
Well, your job, I kind of look at it as like a coach of an athletic team.
Absolutely.
And when you're the coach, motivation changes from
Yes.
player to player. I mean, like, for example, you can come up to one kid and say, "Get in there, Johnson, and
Yes.
make it happen." And you got to go to another kid. "Come on, Johnson, I know you can do well."
Absolutely.
That's your job you got to be able to identify
Absolutely.
how do you get the most out of people. And so how do you go about that?
Well, I'm a Cowboy fan.
I'm not going to hold that. The Philadelphia Eagles over here are not going to hold that against you. Oh,
I'm a
no.
Cowboy
But
fan,
no,
man.
look. And here's, you got Vic. Ronaldo, come to my, hey, Clinton, who are you like? She likes the Broncos of Fayetteville State University.
I got you.
Bronco
Absolutely.
Pride, attitude check, whatever
But
that
I
is.
used to always hear Jimmy Johnson, who's my favorite Cowboy coach ever, say, "You can't treat everybody the same." He would say the things I said to Michael Irvin, I couldn't say to Troy Aikman. You got to know your people and know how to coach all of your people. That's so very true.
Well, as an Army Ranger or any military leader will tell you the same thing. That's what it takes in order to be an effective leader.
Yes.
To get the most out of the people so the team does well.
Absolutely.
And so some people got to fall on the sword here and
Yes.
make a sacrifice for the team. You got to take
Yeah.
one for the team. And everyone can't be the chief. You got to, you're
That can
finding
only
that
be
out.
one. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so when you're having these conversations with principals and assistant principals about moves that you make, the approach is important.
Sure.
Because you don't want someone to feel like they're either being demoted or not thought of well.
Sure.
So it's that conversation.
You treat everybody with respect and dignity. You treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah.
Right. Now, if you're just joining me, Dr. Eric BRACEY is the superintendent of Cumberland County Schools. How long have you been there? Has it been a year and a half yet? Or
This is year 2, just started year 2.
Year 2.
And I was just thinking and reflecting on this on the way in, what a difference a year makes. When I sat here last year, I didn't really know anybody, hadn't been around the staff and students and teachers. But now I feel good. My legs are up under me very good. I know the people I'm working with, love going in schools. I have a comfort and a routine with it. And I think not only will the principals be better from being around me, I'll be better this year from being around them and being more comfortable in my own skin and my role.
Yeah, you make a very good point. When I taught at Campbell I was a staff there for about 15 years and taught 6 different courses.
Yes, sir.
And I learned so much from the students.
Absolutely.
And if you are an educator and you have on blinders like this and you're not listening and watching what's happening around you, you're going to have some problems.
Absolutely.
You
You have to learn from everybody around you. And I love to hire brilliant people, and I learn from those brilliant people. I don't like being the smartest person in the room.
I do.
Open light. Get it made.
Hey, look, hey, full disclosure,
Yes,
I've
sir.
got 2 PhD daughters who think they're smarter than
I
me
got you.
now, principal and,
Yes.
a doctor teaching up at Chapel Hill and everything. But it's the seed. How do you
got
think
you.
they get like that?
I got you.
You know?
Well, I'll tell you how mine got like that. Their mother.
Okay.
Well, and look, I have to say the same thing too. It's a 50-50 deal here.
Absolutely.
But how many children do you have?
I have 3.
3, and
Yes.
when you look at them, you say the mother gave them some educational prowess.
Yes.
But when you look at them, how old are they?
24, 22, 19.
And where are they in school? What are they doing?
My oldest is a critical care nurse. My middle is a nursing student, and my youngest is a sophomore in college.
Yeah, and when you look at them, there's a lot of smiling going on.
Yes. Love those girls. Absolutely. Love those girls. Love watching them grow and become their own person. It's great. You know that.
Oh, sure, and I'm sure there's some folks on your staff that you feel like you're uncle to. And, see, I'm busting you now. See, but isn't that true?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a feeling of family.
It is a feeling.
It's
of family,
got to be.
especially here. Dr. Collin did a great job of establishing that feeling of family in our district. He really did.
If you're just joining us right now, Dr. Eric BRACEY is the superintendent of Cumberland County Schools. August 24th is the big day.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
it's school is in.
Yes.
And so the early colleges are in
Yes.
and the year-round schools. Talk a little bit about the early colleges because I've had some folks from the school system here specifically who are involved with those schools, thanks to Ms. Clanton here getting us good folks in here to be interviewed. And there's a big advantage that kids can have if they would open their minds to what being involved with the early colleges is. What's the biggest deal of
I
that?
just think it's absolutely amazing that you can leave high school with all those college credits. It's just better. You spend less time in college. You spend less money in college having to get a degree. I've known students who finish their colleges in 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, but it's beneficial. It's a win-win for everybody, for families. It's absolutely amazing.
And some kids may be a little fearful of it, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I always made it mandatory for JB and Shelby, my 2 kids, who one's a PhD now, to take advanced placement courses.
Yes.
And they went to E.E. Smith High School back in the 90s when that school was being threatened to be taken over by a judge and shut down. And I've always said that the school is not the physical building.
Yes.
The school is the staff
It
and the
is.
faculty. And talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. We have an amazing school at E. Smith. That's news to me. I didn't know it was on that list to be closed down by Judge Manning.
Oh, yes, it was.
But our community has such a rich history here in Fayetteville. When E. Smith, you hear that name, you know it, no matter where you are in the country. But I always tell our principals, I always tell our teachers that it's not about zip code. It's not about where you come from, where you are. It's about the quality of instruction within the zip code of the school that you're sitting in. And that's what we're about as a school system, educating our children to the highest ability possible. And that's our goal. That's our mission. We're going to make no excuses whatsoever any year. So we can achieve academic excellence without question. We can be the highest performing school system in North Carolina if we're all aligned. And we're much more aligned this year than we were last year. I was just walking through the door. And pretty much when you walk through the door, you run somebody else's playbook. And it worked. We got some results. But I believe we're going to get better results this year because we're better aligned than we were last year this time.
Yeah, the just the fact that we're getting ready to start the
Yes.
second year here.
Yes.
And are the matrix showing stuff when you look at the numbers and you see where we are improving in terms of schools that were struggling and
Yes.
doing well? You have some successes you want to share?
We don't have those official results yet. I'd be happy we can come back in September when
Sure.
the state board releases those results. I'd be glad to come back. But just looking at some preliminary numbers, and I got to speak of them pretty general, we see some good trends that are developing. We see our proficiency increasing, I would consider significantly from where it was 24, 25.
Yeah, and you always have this gut feeling
Yes.
that things are going well
Yes.
based on conversations and interaction with students and faculty. And you just get a vibe, I guess. that things
Absolutely.
are going there.
And the mission I always preach to our principals is get around the building, get in those classrooms, let teachers see you, let students see you. It makes a huge difference.
Sure. And the other main element here are the parents.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we forget some folks are struggling, doing the best they
Yes.
can. You know, single parents raising kids. You're looking at one. Dad raised 5 boys by himself, street to Philadelphia.
Yes.
And by any sociological standards, I should be on drugs, in jail, or dead, and I'm not. But I had a good father
Yes.
who provided a backbone about the importance of education. And
Yes.
so sometimes you have to bring parents along as well.
Yes.
How are you reaching out in the community to provide that opportunity so parents understand what you guys are doing in school?
I think Dr. Whitley and Ms. Clanton Moore do a great job of family engagement with our community. And we have an amazing group of family ambassadors who are tied in and go out and recruit other parents to our schools. I've set a goal for all of our schools this year. It is my expectation that every school in our district have a PTA. You gotta connect with home. That's old research. I'm gonna age and date myself here. But back, I think it was the late 70s, Dr. Ron Edmonds, effective schools research. Schools perform better when there's a positive connection between home and school. It's absolutely critical. What I would emphasize to parents are a few things. Attendance. Gotta come to school every day, unless we're sick. And if you're sick, you know, stay home. Let's get nurse back to help. But if you're not, we gotta come to school every day because you can't learn if you're not there. The teacher may be up front and teaching with high academic integrity, but if you're not there to receive that lesson, you're gonna be negative. You talked about safety. You know, this district did a great job of investing in weapons detection systems many years ago. Just let's be safe. Let's have a positive school year. Let's be focused on teaching and learning. No drama. Let's just have a great school year.
Yeah. How many years have you been in education?
This is year 30.
Year 30.
This is year 30.
And you know, so you can think
Yes.
back when there was time there were no metal detectors on any
Absolutely.
campus, and schools
Yes.
didn't have a bunch of school shootings and things like
Correct.
that.
Correct.
So there's a whole different mindset right
Yes.
now in terms of security, in terms of
Yes.
making sure the
Yes.
environment is safe,
Yes.
not only for the kids but for the staff as well.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about school buses real quick here
Yes.
because I do these countless stories
Yes.
all the time. There's some parent that gets up on the school bus. That's a no-no. But
Yes.
re-emphasize that.
Yeah,
what the deal
only
is there.
authorized students and school personnel are allowed on our school bus. Please give us adults the opportunity to intervene in anything that's happening with your child on the bus. Please do not take matters in your hand and step foot on a school bus.
It
There
is.
are legal ramifications.
Well,
if
it
you
says
do
it
that.
right. It
Yes.
says no trespassing. When the
Yes.
door opens,
Yes.
you see that. And, you know, I understand, and I've done stories on parents who said, well, they were bullying my son.
Yes.
The school bus and the stop is not the place to
That's
resolve that. Go to the school, talk to the principal, and
That's right.
if law enforcement has to get involved, we would want law enforcement to get
Absolutely.
involved to help resolve your problem, not
Yes.
bring you in because you've broken the law about getting on the school bus.
I agree 100%. And speaking of school buses, let's talk about school zones. Slow down. Please slow down when you get in those school zones and drive the speed limit and watch for the flashing lights of the school buses, which means they're about to stop. Please watch out for that. Make sure we don't hit anybody.
You know, there's a lot of people who don't know when you are allowed to pass a school bus. And when in doubt, just don't pass.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some occasions based on the median and if you're coming against the school bus that you're allowed to keep going and
Yes.
things like that.
Yes.
You know, as a driver, it's your responsibility to study that and understand
Absolutely.
where, you know, when it can happen. It is a major offense to pass the stop school
Oh,
bus.
absolutely it is.
I mean, consequences can be very detrimental to you and your license and your ability to drive.
I've known people to lose their jobs from passing school buses.
And I've known, unfortunately, kids who've lost their lives
Certainly. Certainly.
because someone was in a rush to get somewhere, get to work and running late.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can I also emphasize Infinite Campus?
Sure. Yeah.
Families can monitor grades, attendance, and other student information on Infinite Campus. All families, I believe, have a login. So please continue to monitor Infinite Campus. And if you have questions, stay connected with us. Send an email to your principal. Send an email to your child's teacher or teachers. If you have any questions about grades for any particular subject, I think that's very important. They stay connected in that way.
You know, it's amazing how much computers come into play with the school system, and we learned an awful lot during COVID. You know,
We did.
about how much we can do. We've learned a lot here at the radio station, even because there's we have a situation where we can work remotely
Yes.
as opposed to having to be physically here, and the computers came in and became a big part. Are schools still giving out computers to kids, or have we cut back on that?
We still have Chromebooks available for students. Absolutely.
Yes, and so if you're not in school for some particular reason, and you're not incapacitated, you could still kind of look at your lesson and see what's
Certainly.
going on with the
Absolutely.
school system. All right, we're down to like the last minute here, man. Time really flies when we get to talking here. Dr. Eric BRACEY, Superintendent, Cumberland County Schools. I want you to drive home any last points here as you get ready for the big day, 2 Mondays from now.
Absolutely. Just an exciting time of year. We're very encouraged and excited about the year that we're going to have. Just again, I ask families to please stay connected with your child's school, and I also ask our principals to communicate positively with your families. Establish a relationship. We got to be connected and have relationships, and not just reach out to families when there's negative things happening. Because I was a boy and I wasn't a perfect child, so you had to call my mama sometimes, and that's just part of growing up and being a student. But when you have already established that relationship, mama's like, okay, no problem. If all you do is call mama about negative things, mama's gonna get tired of that phone call.
Yeah,
And we all have good days.
Well, look, I know you have problems because you're a Dallas Cowboy fan and everything. And you never grew out of that mess.
Oh, Lord.
And now I find out Vic it has the same issues that you have. So I don't know how many more times I'm going to invite you here. And Vic, I don't know how much longer you're going to be over there.
So last time I was here,
yes.
I told you about my former assistant in Johnston County, Miss Andrea Dublin.
Yes.
So she used to go to a place that you used to DJ at, and you were wondering, what in the world was that at? And she told me this morning.
401 Club.
She said it was a place called Shaggers Nightclub.
Oh, no, Shaggers Beach Club.
Okay, Shaggers Beach.
In Dunn.
In Dunn, that's right.
That's right.
Oh, Lord.
Shaggers.
Yeah.
And look, and she probably didn't have any business in there.
I bet so.
And you know what the
Shaggers Beach Club.
Shaggers Beach Club in Dunn, and that was,
Dunn.
and I was on D103
Oh, boy.
FM, that radio station.
Oh, yeah.
And man, I tell you what. Well, so she's still out there?
She's still working. Yes.
Is she out in Johnson
still
County?
in Smithfield, yes.
Oh, she's in Smithfield.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she probably went to Crackerback.
Oh, yeah.
she went all this place up there in
Absolutely.
Smithfield.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
That's the first place I met you. You were there to speak for Dr. Carolyn Ennis at her event
Oh yeah,
at the Cracker Box.
the Cracker Box. That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Look, Clanton here looking at us like,
Okay, this sounds fun.
well, well, the neat thing about this radio business is there's a whole lot more that goes on in education or whatever it might be, and I always like to expose people to the fact you're a real person,
Yes.
even though you like the
Absolutely.
Dallas Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about goals, and now it's time for us as a school system to turn those goals into results.
All right. Well, look, good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
We'll have you as the year progresses and
Absolutely.
goes on. And as you have stuff, get with Clanton. She'll get you on the air.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
We'll do.
All right. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. You want to go straight to commercials?
Yes.
We're going to go straight to commercials.
Never held a gun before?